Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the Quebec countryside. This is by LeDuoProMapping, 66.3 megabytes to download. There are 5 required mods that will download automatically. They are listed in the description of the video. And on this one there is a recommended mod as well. The AGI Pack from Giants. There are no additional crops on this map. Contracts are available. We're going to have a look at, I think there's 20 collectibles as well. I haven't found a collectible yet, but there are 20 collectibles. The map looks like this. So, we start right the way down here on this plot, which is where the vehicle shop is. That's the reset point on the map as well. We start with, on New Farmer, the main farm here and Field 3. Now there are some other plots that say need to be purchased, but there are some plots to purchase. Just noticed that small plot there actually. It's all of the map can be bought in various different sections. There's a lot of forestry down the side of the map here. Most of the sell points are in this cluster here. And like I said, we do have multiples of farms. Now, on New Farmer, we do have, under production chains, 2 fermenting stave silos large and 2 TMR stave silos large. Now they are part of the American Silo Pack, which is one of the required mods. On Farm Management Start from Scratch, we only have 1 of these fermenting silos, but still 2 of the TMR ones, because one of these is at the main farm. And I'll explain about the main farm when we get there. It's a curious one. We'll say that. Under build mode, there's nothing other than the required mods. There's nothing being added in by the map maker other than the required mods. One of the mods is the US White Farm Pack, and that's used quite extensively. And there are some other mods, like I said, the American Silos Pack. But anyway, all of that being said, we are going to start here. Oh, hang on. No, we're not. What am I talking about? What I normally do, the map. Field prices range from small, medium up to large. Prices are not extravagant, not over the top. For a smaller field, smaller plots, 51 grand, 40 grand, that little plot there, 9,000. Then we work our way up through some sort of mid-sized, medium type fields like these ones, 168, 182. Then we work up to some larger, I mean, that's forestry plot there, 550, 440. The larger of the fields, 32, what's that, 675. So like I say, they go from small, medium up to large. Some maps, they're all large fields. Some maps, you've got lots and lots of tiny ones. Some maps, the prices of fields are very, very low. This is a sort of more generic look at those. I'm going to put some money in later on to buy the plots as we go, but that's not a problem. We're going to whiz around and take a look at the production chains and shops and stores. I'm going to put in a pickup. We do start with a pickup in our vehicles. I'll show you the vehicle menu. If we go to here and we scroll down, these are the vehicles we start with. So we do have a pickup, but it's up at the farm. Now I could reset it, but I want to leave it there so you can see where it is when you get to the farm. We do start with 3 tractors. We do have a harvester with header and header trailer. Like I said, we do have a pickup, 1 trailer. We don't start with a huge amount of equipment. We have got a cultivator, a seeder, but that's it. It's just not a massive amount of equipment off the start. So let me just grab a pickup and then we'll get round. And there we go. So let's grab the pickup. Let's whiz round. Now what I will say, there's a couple of bits on here which will be obvious when you see them that are a little bit clunky. And that's a phrase I use sometimes, you know, on maps. And also this is more base game type stuff in that the sell points, the production chains, all those kind of things are the generic standard game productions and things like that. There's nothing, not a huge selection of modded buildings or anything like that. And I'll do what I always do, I'll show you where we are on the map. There are a couple of plots. When I said you can buy the whole map, that's not strictly true. As we come into the section here, because I saw this plot to the right and thought, oh, that's a baseballs area, but it's actually the car park for the baseball stadium. And if we look on the map now, to where we are, so we're down here. This section is the only bit you can't buy, apart from that plot in the middle, which will become more relevant in a moment. So yeah, we can buy all around it, but we can't buy that plot there. So, as we continue on, and swing round on the end. We have just in the grass to our left the animal dealer. There, we've got a grain mill to our right. Great processing unit, oil mill. Then if we cut through this gap here, and this is the plot I said you can purchase. This is an NL1622 16,000 silo complex, 16 million litre, standard crop types. This is base game 1. So we are currently here. That plot 97 takes in this silo complex. So if you want to buy the land with the silo on, you can. 10,740, which to be fair for a 16 million litre silo, that's not too bad a price, is it really? We scoot through here. We've got a sell point just up in here. That's the Co-op Agricole, just in there. We swing around and head further up. We've got just on the end of the silos, just around the corner, we've got a debris crusher. Just there. Now there are a few buildings on this plot, like I said, there are sort of generic ones that don't actually have sell points with them. The downside being that because you can't buy the plot of land that these are all on, you can't add sell points in, because there are plenty of modded sell points and productions you could use. We've got a gas station just there. If you look across there, it looks like we've got the grocery mart, but there's not actually a grocery mart sell point. So gas station just there. Supermarket, farmer's market just to the side there. If we turn and scoot across here, we've got a cereal factory just here, and like I said, that is the grocery mart building. But if we go onto our plot, so we're here, that's the building here. There's not actually a sell point for the grocery mart there. And next to that, I think that's one of the diners, but there's not a sell point, or it could be the pizzeria, but there's no sell point for that either. So we're just here at the moment. We swing around and through the gap. We've got the dairy just there, fast food restaurant just there, bakery, sugar mill and carpentry all right on top of each other. Then swing back around, and just off over there in the corner we've got the biomass heating plant. So that's all of the sell points and productions here taken into account. Now what I'm going to do is head back down the road, swing back around there, and we're going to head up this road. Out along here we've got fields, we've got forestry, that kind of stuff. There's no buildings or anything out there that need to be purchased. So we're going to head up and we're going to start picking up these plots as we go. Now, to be fair, the plot here that's got the, no, not that one there, the plot here that's got the vehicle shop on, you can buy that plot of land. So if you wanted to, within reason, you might be able to put a couple of buy anything silos or a sell point or something on there, but that plot is purchasable. So we're going to head back down to there. When we get to here and start heading up this road, that's when I will see you again and we will continue. So back past the vehicle shop and workshop. We've got plot 27 coming up. Now plot 27 is technically spread across the road because just here we've got a sleep trigger, farmhouse, and we've got a workshop. Then across the other side of the road we've got a farm. Now these are linked. This is plot 27. So if we come to the map, you'll see we are here, and it's that bit there and plot 27. Now I can purchase that with what money we've got, and then I'll put some government subsidy signs on there. So buy the plot, do that and that. We get a cow trigger come up. So this is where we've got a few different silos. We've got a fermenting silo here. We've got a fuel tank just here, 25,000 litre. This is one of the fermenting silos. Now, when I say, not say clunky is probably the wrong word. The American silos, we've got a feed silo just here. So this is part of the white farm pack. Now this is not a mod review of the White Farm pack. We've got a Karma 16 silo here for seed and mineral feed, 27,300. And this barn and building is your cow barn. There's feed storage and stuff all around it. If we come around the sides here, we've got a big barn shed just in here as well. Cavernous. Now all of these buildings, silos, everything can be removed. Like I said, I'll talk about the slot count when we get back up to the main farm, but the farm you start with. Come into here, we'll get our trigger here for our cows, 45 just here, and you'll see that that silo, that's the pipe for it coming into the building. So that fermenting silo comes in through the side of the building and is here. That's where it empties out into. So if you are making your silage and stuff like that, then we've got another silo here again reaching into the building. It's a curious one actually. That's a feed one, so you tip into the feed one. Anyway, that's your feed silos, but they're kind of scattered. We've got a small and a large liquid manure extension tank. These are both here. What's curious about these is I'm trying to think, where is the liquid manure slurry point on here? That's the milk point, because they're the extensions, but there's no points on these to take the slurry out. There's got to be a slurry point around here somewhere. Well, this is what I was talking about. A little bit here and there that's a little bit clunky. We've got grass in on the floor, and that could be just a conversion over to console. I'm sure this is where the chicken coop was, but there's not a chicken coop on here. I think it's been removed from this particular one, or the mods you can put the chicken coop on it. Is it attached to it? Like I say, it's not a mod review of the White Farm itself, but the White Farm building is there. And then like I said, across the way, as we've already seen, we've got a workshop and we've got a sleep trigger. So yeah, it's a curious one. If I jump up here and we'll go to this, if we click on demolish, so that is the whole farm cow shed. That one there you go, that's the fermenting stave silo small. Now that you have on all three game modes, that's already there. And that one there, Farmer 250. Now that one, when it said about the recommended mod, the AGI pack, the silos like that require your augers for loading and unloading. So that's why it recommends the AGI pack. We do have a couple of standard ones. If we go into our tools and go down to our belt systems, we do have these two as standard in game, and the conveyor is a big one. But if you want a bigger selection, I mean, there's a whole load of different mods available, but the AGI pack kind of covers that in a bit more detail. Does this farm, I don't think this farm had a jet wash. This is one across the road there. A couple of other farms do. And literally the next farm to purchase is the next one along. So we'll come out. Actually, we probably could have just got across the grass, but for the sake of doing things right and proper, we will cross over here. This is plot 29. I think I've got that right. So this plot here, there you go, plot 29, 72,780. There we go, do that and that. We don't get any animal pens or anything come up, but we do own the land now. Large building to the side there. We got a 3609 either side with a 3608 bin. Those are 1.1 million litres each, standard crop types, and that's a 980,000 litre 3608. So plenty of storage space here. Shed space, workshop trigger, jet wash just to the side, large barn there, fuel point to the side. And this, I suppose, is more of a, more of a contractor's yard, really. There's no animal pens. We've got the silos, and plenty of shed space. So this one doesn't have a sleep trigger, does it? Oh, yes, it does. round the other side of the building. The house is round the front. Oh, there we go. Oh, this was what I was going to say, yeah. So when I said about it being a little bit clunky here and there, this one's got grass carpets inside. You'll see when we go in. So our wardrobe trigger is just in here. And our sleep trigger is inside the building here. So as you can see, yeah, I mean, it may well get an update. There's our sleep trigger, just there. So we'll come back out of there, come back out of there. That's the farmhouse for that farm. And then we are continuing on. Next farm up the road. Here's this one here. Now a lot of this stuff is all showing already. As you can see, the icons and stuff are already here. A lot of maps, until you buy the land, the icons don't show. So until you come onto the map and find them and think, okay, there are buildings here, I probably need to buy that, then the icons appear on the map. This map is different because the icons are there already. You just need to buy the plots as you go along. So this one here, as you can see, the cow pen, it's all there. This plot, 38, 67,092. So the plots aren't expensive to buy. Now, one thing I haven't double checked, because the icons and stuff are already there, there's a potential that you could probably use the cow buildings and silos and stuff anyway without buying the land. Buying the land will allow you then to sell the buildings and that kind of thing. So again, it's just sort of various different configurations of the same buildings as we go to each farm. This cow barn is a little bit different. This one will do 80. And then this one are two of the TMR. So the two TMR staves are these ones just here. But again, the pipes come into the building here. So we're putting into it here. Our managing of these is just here. So there are our cycles to make our, you know, we've got a silage, hay and straw coming in, total mixed ration coming out. And both of those come into the building. So once you made your total mixed ration, you can come in, collect it and tip it straight away. Do you need both of them? Probably not. You could get rid of one if you wanted to, but they are both here should you wish. We do have another slurry extension tank just out to the side here. Come around the back of the building. Fuel point just there. This building's slightly different. There's no workshop trigger. I don't think there's a workshop trigger in this one. Pretty sure there's not. Nope. Just garage space. And then we've got our sleep trigger just here for this farm. So we've gradually worked our way up, or we are gradually working our way up. From here, all the way up. We're now at this point. So we're going to go up, round the bend to here. There's this farm, and then the start farm on New Farmer is just there. I say, we will get there. I'm curious. I might buy that plot when we get up there, because whenever I see small plots like that, I'm always a little bit, maybe there's something on there. There might be a barn, a building, a sell point. It could just be it's a tiny forestry plot to get you kind of straight into a bit of forestry. The map is flat pretty much across the whole thing. I don't think we've encountered a hill anywhere. It's fairly straightforward. If you wanted to blend fields together, as you've seen as we're going along, a lot of these plots are bordered with rows of trees. So you could either do the forestry to get rid of them, or if you just want to remove them, there are mulching tools and stuff. Take out the row of trees, blend the fields together if you wanted to. As always, your choice. So, like I said, there are a couple of curiosities on this one. Pull around again. We are now here. So this is plot 7. If we purchase plot 7, 46,000 just over. There we go. So, more barn and building space. There's a fuel tank just around the side. We've got the Karma 16 for seed and mineral feed. Now we've got 2 cow barns. Now these are separate cow barns. Both of these do 40, I want to say. Yeah. And they're just put down sort of in an L shape. But it's a minor issue, but again, if we come to here and you look, you can see just through there, the wall is here, and then the back of the other one is on the end. So if you come into this one, which also holds 40, Our dialogue box is at this end, not the other end, and the gate, the door to open, opens onto a brick wall. Like that. It's an interesting one. So you would access it from another way. Both of these do have, as you can see, do have haylofts that can be utilised. We come out the other end. There we go. Shed space, another liquid, or actually two, we've got a small and large. Liquid fertiliser extension tanks. This one doesn't have a workshop either. We do have a jet wash just to the side there. And as I said, again, all of these buildings, once you own the land, can be removed. Then we head back down to the sleep trigger at the front. So if the way it's laid out, it's not your cup of tea. If you want different barns or buildings, if you decide you wanted to put other things on here, it does give you the scope to do that. Now, here's, like I said, a couple of curiosities here and there. Sleep trigger is just there. So across the way, you've got this. Now, this sits on this little plot here, plot 14. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. So maybe, if you wanted to start out, you buy that plot, you'll get a sleep trigger come up. So you could start off here in the caravan and work your way up. So plot 14 is only 1,980. If I buy that, do that, that and that, there's no trigger. Nothing comes up. So you can buy the plot. I don't know if we can even remove no, can't even remove the caravan. So it's a curious one. I was almost convinced it would have a sleep trigger there. So I thought you could, if you wanted to, get rid of the entire farm there, buy that, and this is where you start and kind of gradually work you out. But no, there's not a sleep trigger on it. Like I say, it is what it is. Fuel tank there. I said it was around the back of the building. Let's grab our pickup and we'll head to our start farm. We'll talk about slot count as well. Some traffic. So, this is the start farm. Swing in here and stop. So, more liquid manure slurry extension tank. This is the same as the first one pretty much. Open that up for our barn and building. So this will hold 40 cows. Again, feed silo which links to the inside for putting feed in. This one is the other fermenter. So when I said on New Farmer you start with 2 fermenters and 2 TMR silos, if you come onto here on Farm Manager or Start from Scratch, not New Farmer, none of this is here. All of the other farms, all the buildings are here. This is completely clear. There's nothing on it. So slot count on New Farmer is 1,098. And you start with all the buildings, including this farm here, and the machinery, which you'll see in a minute. You've already seen it in the sort of garage menu, but we'll see it out. On Farm Management Start from Scratch, that comes down to 979. So like I said, no equipment, no machinery, and none of this farm here is here, and it will look like this. Now, if you buy up all the other plots of land like we've already done, and you go through and you delete all the buildings, take everything off of those as well, I got the slot count down from 1,098 down to 767. Again, if you wanted to, it just not all maps allow you that scope to remove buildings off of plots. Some do, some don't. Some allow you to move some buildings, some and leave some, but this you can clear pretty much all of them from the farms, which is pretty cool. So anyway, milk point just there to the side. We've got a manure point just there. Our animal dialogue box is there, and again, there's our fermenting silo that pokes into the wall from the wall to here, and the trigger for it is just here. So our managed production point for that fermenting stave silo. So like I say, on Farm Management Start from Scratch, because none of the buildings are on this farm, this one isn't showing, but that one and the 2 Total Mix Ration ones are still showing. That's just the difference really between them. There's your feed silos ticking into here as well. Sleep trigger is inside the building, and this is what the building's supposed to look. We came in from the back of the other one, so that had grass growing through it. This is what it would look like if it didn't have the grass growing through. So sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger just in the back there. Another Karma 16 silo for seed and mineral feed. Workshop trigger, pickup, jet wash just here, fuel tank just here. Like I said, they are all sort of just various different configurations of the same buildings. And then in this building is where our equipment and machinery is now. Something to be aware of here. I mean, you'll find out straight away, pretty much. Your harvester will not go out of this door. It's too low. It needs to go out that end. So if you're going to get the harvester out, you might have to move a few bits and bobs out of the way. We should have, there you go, lights on. So here's our header trailer, cultivator trailer. It's all the stuff we saw already. The seeder, header, our 3 tractors and our harvester all tucked away very neatly inside the barn. So what I'm going to do before we finish up, do you have these big spotlights as well? There are 4 spotlights around the farm. Is it 4 or 3? Yeah, 4. So I'm going to, because I am curious, where was it? That little plot here, plot 13. I don't think, see, plot 6 I bought because there's a house on it. I thought, okay, maybe there was a sleep trigger there. Let's buy that. Does anything come up? No, I don't think so. I think it is genuinely just... If we come across the road here. So it's up past this house, through this little plot here. It's just this little clump of trees here, I think. So if you want to do a little bit of forestry just to get yourself going, yeah, that's how we are. Isn't that curious? I was convinced there'd be something in here, hidden away. God blimey, the bushes and stuff are quite dense, aren't they? You can't even see the ground at all in here. Right, got to find my way back out again. Whew, blimey. Right, so that's the map. If we continue on, we come up and there's another whole load of forestry here with some forest tracks. Takes you out to these fields here. If we come right up to the top of the map, we can take a turn and follow it all the way back round. Takes us back through the forestry here. There's a lot of it. Back down to our sale points, industrial park, however you want to refer to it here. The main town and the baseball stadium down the bottom. And that's the map. That's the Quebec countryside by LeDuoProMapping. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.